Hello YouTube, and today I'm going to be showing you the best settings for Streamlab. Obviously at first, if you haven't got Streamlabs, you need to download Streamlabs, which is just on streamlabs.com, and there'll be a thing you can click on right there and you can download it straight away. It's quite simple, but once you've downloaded it, it's going to come up like something like this, which is going to ask you to sign in to either YouTube, so whatever platform you're streaming off of, whether it's YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, etc, etc. So myself, I stream on Mixer. You want to sign into the platform that you actually want to stream on, because obviously it's going to put a stream key straight into here. So once you've finished doing all your settings and you go live, which is just down here in the right hand corner, it's going to throw it straight to whatever platform you're streaming off of. So for settings, you want to start with your output. Personally, actually, before this, before we get into all that, I would personally go onto your internet and I would test speed. So I like to go onto speedtest.net, and this is just going to test your internet speed, because of you need to know for streaming what's important is your upload speed. So you need to know what your upload speed is, and once you can find out what your upload speed is, then you'll be able to work around sort of what bit rate and etc you want to put on. Obviously the specs of your computer will take a part of it as well, but upload speed is what obviously is going to show the best footage for bit rate as well. So obviously, I mean, I haven't got the best internet, but my internet is pretty decent, so I'm normally running around about 20 megabytes upload, which is pretty decent. So just close that down. So once you know what your upload speed is, you want to go down onto the left hand corner there and just go to output. Personally, this comes as a normal on default, but I would put that to advanced. If you've got the same sort of internet upload speed as myself, personally I would just copy everything I've done, because of it's took me a while to get these settings perfect, and now my streams are running so good. So I mean, I've had a few days where I've dropped frames because I've put the wrong things in, which I'll explain as I go along, but at the moment what I've put in here, my streams are running lovely. So this is normally on normal. I would personally switch that to advanced. Audio track, I always leave that at 1. I mean, it comes as 1 as default, so I would just leave that and not touch it. Right, this here, if you've got a new PC like myself, it's going to give you this option here, and this option here is going to use way less CPU. So I mean, it's so CPU friendly, it's unreal. So this, if you've got this option, please use this option, because it makes such a difference on this option. I mean, if you haven't got this option, I just want to run through this as quick as I can, so I'm not wasting anyone's time. But if you haven't got this option, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll be able to help you out on you know, which one you can use. But for now, if you can use this, please do use it. Obviously you want to use CBR, which is your constant bit rate. And with the bitrate, this is where your upload speed comes into use. So obviously, I mean, I've got mine on 5,000. I could bump that up a little bit, but I mean, that, for me, I try and error, and I've tried a few higher, I've tried a few lower, and this one here at 5,000, for me, at my upload speed, is running perfectly. But let's just say you've got an upload speed of 3.5. So obviously, that would be 3,500 bitrate, but you don't want to use 100% of your upload speed on that. So what I would recommend is, if you had a 3.5 megabyte upload speed, I would say, right, 3,500, and you want to use 80% of that. So personally, I would go around about 2,500, maybe do a stream on that, maybe do a test recording on it and play a game and see how that comes out. If not, you know, you could lower it down to 2,000, but personally, I wouldn't go any lower than 2,000. So if you're on 2,000 and you're still getting a few frame drops, maybe you want to change a few of these other things I'm about to get into. But personally, I wouldn't go lower than 2,000. But if you're on like a 3.5 megabyte upload speed, I would say 2,000, you know, 250 or 2,500 would be absolutely fine. Right, these frame rate frame rate's actually default on 0. Personally, I would change that to 2, and that's going to give you a much better performance there. So you want to put this one on quality and this on high. I see a lot of people have this on main, which I used to have myself until one of my friends told me to switch over to high, and it made a big difference. So yeah, please do switch that one over to high. And I would have these both clicked on, because depending on what game you're using, it would just flick over to which one obviously you're using. Like myself, I'm a variety streamer, so I might be playing Fortnite for a few hours and then I'll say, right, I'm coming off of that, I'm going to come on to Call of Duty, or I'm going to come off that and I'm going to go on to Minecraft or whatever. So personally, I'd just keep these both on, keep that at 0 and that at 2, which they are both on those on default anyways. So audio, I don't touch any of this, apart from obviously I put my mic in there, which it should automatically do that once you set up this, which I'll go through in a second for you. But the next thing you want to do after you're, obviously you want to make sure your stream's in there. After you've done all that output to what you think would be best for yourself, or if you're around about my upload speed, you can just copy this and it's going to run perfectly for you. But obviously, if you want me to go into more detail with this, if you put in the comments, oh, I've only got, you know, so and so upload speed, then I can personally speak to you and go through which I would recommend, because if I didn't actually have the best internet when I started streaming, I only had a 3.2 megabyte upload speed, and as I said, I was using advanced on this one. I was using a different encoder, which obviously I can go through. If you want me to, I can go through that, but at the moment, because of recording, I can't actually change it. But I mean, there's a few options on here, and I can go through to try and make it the best for yourself. But as I say, if your computer allows you to have this, please do use it. It makes a big difference. But yeah, if you need me, then write down in the comments, and I'll be able to sort that one out for you. So the next thing you want to go on is video, and this is a big thing, because if I was when I first started streaming on this new PC, I was getting a lot of frame drops, because if I had this on 1080p, and I didn't realise because of my screen is actually playing games at 4K, and I had this on 1080p, I was getting a load of frame drops. So if your monitor or your TV is a 1080p, or if it's a 4K, or, you know, I'm pretty sure no one's got a 720 anymore, but whatever it is, make sure this is on what you are viewing your game at. So if you're viewing your game at 1080p, click that to 1080p. If you're viewing it at 4K, put it at 4K. And this one underneath, the output, is what your stream is going to see it at. Personally, I would put it at 1080p. But if you're, you know, if you're getting frame drops or anything like that, you can actually put that down to 720p. It doesn't make too much as a difference as long as you can handle your frame rate. So obviously I'm putting it at 1080p at 60 frames per second, and for me that's working perfectly. But you could try that, and if you're getting frame drops, maybe drop that down to 720, and that's obviously going to do a lot less stress on your CPU. This one here as well, I used to use the 32 samples, because of obviously it does give you a better look on the stream, but for CPU it was damaging it hard. So I dropped it down to this because my mate told me to drop it down to this and try it out, and I tried it out and everything was running so smooth. So personally I would just stick to this one here, and that's everything on that. And advanced, obviously you can go on advanced and change this. So this is normally on the, you know, you can have it above normal, or on high. Personally, I haven't tried it on high yet, but I've got it on above normal, and as I say, my streams are running well, so I don't really want to mess about with it at the moment, because of, as I say, my streams are running so good that I don't see the point. You know, if it's not broken, don't change it. So I keep that at that, and I don't actually change none of these. I see people change this to full, and this one to like 709, obviously to get a better color on their stream, but for me, that's perfect for me anyway. So I've tried actually changing this to full, and I didn't see much of a difference in my stream. So as I say, if it's not broken, don't change it. This here is obviously going to do less, you know, force on the GPU. So just personally, I would keep it as a default as it is. And everything else on here I haven't actually touched, so I don't have stream delay on or anything like that. But again, if you're on a lower upload speed and you're getting frame drops or anything like that, you could actually you know, change this to like a 10-second delay, which is not going to be a problem to your stream. They're just obviously going to hear what you say 10 seconds after you say it. but it's also going to make your performance a lot better if you're struggling with frame drops and stuff like that. It's really going to help out. So that might be something to just keep in mind. Everything else I personally would not touch. Obviously, as I say, make sure your stream's in there. Change your output. If you've got around about the same upload speed as me, as I say, just copy everything I've done, because I've been doing research on this for a long time, and these settings here are running so good for me. So if your upload speed is the same as mine, just copy everything, and I'm pretty sure your stream's going to be right, as long as you've got a pretty decent computer that can handle it all. But it's going to run it perfectly. Right, I'll just quickly run over this here. So I mean, if you're new to Streamlabs and you don't know anything about, you know, adding scenes or anything like that, so what I've done is, obviously where I'm streaming, I've only just come onto Streamlabs, so I haven't got too many down here, but obviously I've got like you know, like a full cam I can go on to, or if I'm starting up, I've got my stream starting up and I'm getting ready, so I've got obviously my text up in the top there. I've got I've turned this off at the moment, but I've got a media, so obviously music's going to be playing, so once they come in and they can see, oh, your stream's starting soon, I've got music playing in the background. You know, I've got follow me on Instagram, I'm going to put up my Twitter there and my YouTube, and you know, just put in a few bits like that, and obviously that's going to be your image there as well. So then you can go, right, you're into your game, you can get everything sorted into your game, people are already in there waiting for you, you've got your game up, you're ready. Let's say you want to go, I don't know, have a toilet or anything like that. I just set up a stream, you know, like be right back, feeding my unicorn. So it's nothing fancy. It's just a little something they can read, and they can still hear me if I'm talking, you know, if I'm eating or something like that. And it's just a little something funny to put up on there. So if you want to add any of these, all you have to do is just press on here and you just add a scene. You can call it whatever you want to call it, and then you just add it on. It's going to be blank, so it won't have none of these on there. All you have to do on here is just click on the add on there, and you can add whatever you want. So if you want an image up there, or you know, you want to put the image like be right back or starting soon or anything like that, then you can put them all up there. Obviously you can put your audio in, your video in, you can put music in, you can put all your alert boxes in, and you know, donation goals, and so everything you need is here, and you can have it on your stream. So obviously once you've got all those sorted out, everything's going to be running fine, and then you can click between which one you want to be using at that time. So I don't want to go too deep into this, but I mean, obviously you can go onto here and you can add widgets, which I mean, if you want me to do another video on it, I will do, but this will be like all you know, so basically if someone was to follow you, I just do it like a test follow down here. So if someone was to follow you, it'll come up with music, it's going to come up with you know, some whoever Lumpy Stuff has followed you, welcome to the gang, and it's going to have a little animation there as well. So like same with you know, someone subscribing or donations or whatever, you know, it's going to do all the sounds and have an animation as well there, which is pretty cool on stream. You know, people love it as well. So yeah, that's that. So I mean, if you need me to go into depth with anything else, just leave a comment down below. I should be able to help you out if you've tried my settings and you're still getting frame drops, or maybe your internet's not as good and you want to know you can't use say your internet or your computer's not as you know, not a new computer, and you haven't got the option to use this, and you want me to go in depth on using a different one, let me know, and I can personally send you a message or a video and try and help you out. But as I say, if you've got the same sort of upload speed as me, just copy everything I've done, and your streams are going to be running lovely. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you've liked it, please leave a like, please subscribe. I've actually got no subscribers at the moment because this is my first ever video. That's why it's not the best video ever. I've not learned how to all edit and stuff like that, so hopefully I'm gonna grow and I'm gonna learn how to make it better. And if you're on Mixer and you want to come and check me out, my Mixer name is Lumpy Stuff, all in capital letters. So that's me on Mixer there. You don't have to come and follow. I'm just I'm not trying to get myself out there. I'm just saying, if you want to come and ask me any questions, or if you want to come and hang out, or you know, you want to play some Fortnite or some Minecraft or some Call of Duty or whatever, come and give us a follow, or come and sit in the chat and chat with me, or come and play some games, or whatever you want to do. And yeah, help me grow. I'll help you grow. We can talk, and I'll be able to obviously help you out with any questions that you need. So again, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Hope you have a lovely day. Take care.